What's good, me from me? Yeah, it's your boy, your favorite cannabis Cugine, your boy Good PizzZa, inviting you to sit at our table to break some bread, smoke some good trees, and talk good pizza at the Wild Jones Podcast Network. So today we have a special guest. Okay, she's a cannabis lifestyle expert and creator of the Mary Jane Maven, an educational cannabis lifestyle wellness and multimedia brand. Her dream is to become a true cannabis entrepreneur, so she can clean up the industry by providing plant-based education to patients and consumers alike, and along with helping people create more joy in their lives by the power flower. I love that. Flower.
I like that.
It's a trademark it. Folks, you better. Folks, she's here to educate, eradicate, and elevate. So without any further ado, my homie, my sister, Tiffany Dewberry. What's really good?
Thank you. Hello. I'm loving this. I'm just, what's the word? Verklempt?
Pumped?
Verklempt, like when people say they're about to cry, like they're just like at that level.
Emotional?
We'll use that one. So, yes, no, I'm super excited to be here, and thank you so much.
Of course, man, yes. Of course. And like, I just want to throw this out here. The first podcast I've ever been on was her podcast. I was sitting right here in this chair right here. It was a dope experience.
Hella people were in here?
Yeah, hella people. We had a full house, man. And it's just dope to return the favor and bring my friend on my podcast. So thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. The way that the universe works is just so powerful.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's all you can say is it's ridiculous. Shit's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The way that things happen. And I have to say that is, kind of the motto of our relationship and, business relationship as
Definitely.
well. Just met randomly.
Super random.
Yeah,
Super random.
yeah. And then
we're gonna save that. We're gonna save that part.
3 years later now?
4, man. 3-4 years.
Oh yeah, because of COVID, we lose that year, so probably about 4.
Something like that. Yeah. So the theme of this episode, I always choose a theme. The theme of this episode is the power of the plant and what does the plant mean to you. So that's why I loved your tagline. You feel me? So we're gonna touch on that throughout the podcast.
Okay.
But to just obviously we gotta open it up. Tell us who you are, tell us about the come up, you know what I'm saying? We could do like where you grew up, high school, all that. Let's get into it. Before you was the Mary Jane Maven.
You want to talk about I was going to say the Thundering Herd? Do you want to talk about the Thundering Herd?
All that.
Yes, so everybody knows me more naturally, which they should, is as the Mary Jane Maven.
All right.
It is a brand that I created when I wanted to first create more of a personality and then relate that to the platform and then have that turn into a brand, which it has.
Nice.
But how I started, if you want to go back, my name is Tiffany, as you mentioned, and I grew up here in Sacramento, born here. Parents were kind of like gypsies, moved around. They're from the Bay Area, was in Pittsburgh in the East Bay for a while, and then my parents were like, well, let's move to where they're building new homes, and moved me to Laguna Creek, Elk Grove, which was nothing but cow pastures at that time.
Right.
So that was 4th grade. And so I say that my hometown is EG. My husband says all the time, because he's like, you were way too proud of the way you grew up. And I had a good upbringing.
Elk Grove.
Yeah, two sabes. That's what we say. He is going to be so, if he was here, he'd be so mad at me right now. But yeah, no, I went to Elk Grove High. I went all the way through. So from elementary school, junior high school, loved my upbringing. If you guys know anything like Friday Night Lights, kind of Varsity Blues. That's exactly what growing up was like.
Nice, man.
Went to college, did what I thought I was supposed to do.
Right,
I will say all the time, you have your idea of what you're supposed to do and what is expected of you because of your upbringing. But what your purpose is much different. But at the time, I was just kind of living in fear. Like I say, I just went with the flow of things and build up a career in call centers and customer service.
I've been down that road. Been down that road. Jamie too.
Sacramento, that's all there was though. Like if you wanted to get paid well, especially if you were in your early 20s, maybe a parent, which I was. Can't believe my oldest is 24. But you went where the money was, and what was paying was call centers, So if you remember my voice, it's because I said, hi, my name is Sativa.
Did you say your oldest is 24?
Yeah.
Damn, you a vampire, girl. You don't age. I ain't gonna throw you out there like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's the power flower.
It's the power flower. We was just talking about that, man. It keeps you young, baby.
Yeah, he's all in his relationship, and actually he's in Cabo right now. And I found out through Instagram, and I was like, "You in Cabo? What? I need to be Cash App and request you like." But he's doing good. He's doing good.
Okay.
So yeah, so I started my career there, and ended up going back to college a little later.
Okay.
Because I was working, so it was like always like make money, go to school.
Yeah.
Make
the
money.
old formula.
Yeah.
That doesn't work. Right?
Yeah. So went to Davis, which is where I met my king,
Nice.
my truth, my
See?
hubby.
College is about networking. You see, that's the biggest benefit out of it.
So UC Davis, Aggies.
Tight.
Met him. We've been together 20 years.
Big up to y'all. That's a beautiful thing. That's good pizza. That's what we call good pizza.
I like
that.
that.
You know what I mean?
I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that vibe. After I did my stalking the other day to make sure I knew about the brand.
All right.
But yeah, no. So worked in corporate. Worked at a couple of post-secondary education schools here in the area. Wyotech.
Okay.
Marinello. But I always had something a side hustle. Like something within me was like, I do well at what I do, but I always needed something else. So whether it was passion parties, whether it was designer jean sales, which is what I did, Vault Denim, shout out.
Passion parties, is that what I think it is? Got it.
It is.
Got it.
I know you know. I'm sure your wife
Never
keeps
been
you
one,
on
but
it.
I feel like.
Really?
Yeah, never been to a passion party.
I love doing co-ed. Whenever I would do
sounds
one,
fun.
so fun. And it gets a little more salacious, and then people buy a little more.
You feel me? It's a vibe flowing.
Yeah. So did event planning, so wedding planning, all that good stuff.
I can see you doing that.
And finally, because of the loss of my sister-in-law, she was diagnosed on her 41st birthday with a rare form of leukemia.
Oh man.
And had the bone marrow transplant, all that.
Yeah.
By all medical, definitions, she was cured. She was fine. She was in recovery. And then unfortunately it took a turn for the worst, and she passed in my husband's arms, and that was his older sister 6 months later, exactly to the day. So at that time something told me, listen bitch, excuse my language, but listen up. Something tapped me on the shoulder.
You can swear on good pizza. You cool.
Yeah, okay, good, because I don't know how to
be yourself, girl. Be yourself.
Without using those words. They're so colorful.
Talk your shit.
They get the point home. They're like an exclamation point. So that just kind of motivated me to stop, like I said, living in fear and live within my passion and purpose.
Yeah.
Reading The Alchemist, I will always say this is part of my story. Alchemist is what changed my point of view and really allowed me to go to work late. I'm telling you, went to work late after a 3-day weekend. I was working at the BBB. Shout out.
Wow.
I went in, not gonna lie, popped a little something, drank a Tecate on the way in, got into work like 4 hours late, went in, talked to everybody about their weekend, smoked it, took a couple breaks. Then finally, after about 3 hours, went and sat down at my desk, and immediately I just started clearing everything off. How you have your Indeed profile or whatever on your computer. Took down all my pictures and typed up a resignation letter. And I called my husband. He said, "You were hella late. You do not have a lunch." Because he thought I was calling for that. And I said, well, it's a little bit more of a like.
Oh, you didn't consult with hubby?
No.
Oh, you
just
said
at that time.
Dipset on him.
But he.
Whoa.
I'm gonna tell you what he said, because he goes. I said, well, it's more of like a forever lunch. And I said, I just put in my resignation. And he said, I've been waiting for you to do that. Cool.
That's dope. Big up to you.
Yeah, he's a teacher, awesome. And so he goes. It was June. And he goes, let's just hang out for the summer. Don't even worry about what you're going to do. We're good.
Nice.
I can't do that. I'm an Aries. So secretly I was like, researching, and I fell into hosting Network After Work, which was Sacramento's biggest networking event for a couple of years. And then things just kind of came into fruition from there. One day I was just laying around. I was multiple sclerosis lives with me.
Oh, no.
And I was in a little bit of a flare-up. And I was just kind of laying in bed, watching like Teen Mom or some shit that I really have to pay attention to. And it just dawned on me. It was like, the plant was like, hello, probably because I had just medicated. Right. And I said, shit, I have a story to tell. I have a relationship with it. I'm the norm. There should be no reason that people should look at me and say, you're not a good mother. You're not a good wife. You're not a good this. You're not a good that. Yeah. And at that time I said, all right, we're going to start going with that. And I like things that have the same, I can't remember the exact little name of it, but, had the same letters in it. So I was just like,
Okay, acronyms.
It's kind of like that,
Yeah.
but the Mary Jane Maven having that MM and then having the, my motto, educate, eradicate, elevate, like just, that deal. So it just came to me all that day. So when my husband came home, he was probably like, God damn, she needs to talk to somebody. Because I talked his ear off. I was like, this is what I'm going to do. This is the name. This is what I'm going to do.
This is the day you quit.
This was about 3 months later. 3 or 4 months
like, damn,
later. Yeah, because they were back at school. He was back,
you gave him a little breather at least.
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of.
You can ask him, he knew it was coming. He knows. He knows his wife very well. Very well. So it's just, that was 2016. Yeah, 2016. And now I host 4 podcasts. I do education.
That's
I do
awesome, man.
brand education. And it's just turning into other things. I'm doing a lot of collaboration.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Now, remember I told you I never wanted to touch the plant. I said that's fine, but I never want to have a product to cultivate.
Sure.
That's changed.
So you grow now? You growing?
I will when I own land, but
gotcha.
I have looked into, remember I told you I made my own intimacy oil?
Yes.
My own, infused whatever. I infuse shit just left and right.
Just infusing shit.
So it's coming from there. It's going to be, kind of a wellness line that has to do with skincare.
Very cool.
Like I said, intimacy is huge, and being a woman and tapping into, your yoni and and the goddessness that is within us all, and you do it through the plant. It makes it so much better. So. Yeah,
that's dope. I love that.
It is.
Oh,
it is.
Lube with
little
the
lube,
lube.
It can work on both parties. But having it's important. Utilizing the cannabis as well to enhance your life and optimize your wellness in all facets is super important. So that includes sex.
Yeah, it does. It does. Let me ask you this. There's a question I always ask my guests. If you know, cool. If you don't know, also cool. But what should the industry know that you know? Can you debunk any cannabis myths or any brand myths or any nah, he ain't grow that shit. My man's did. That was who was the breeder of this infamous drug. What you got for me?
I like that you actually bring that up because that is something huge within the industry. Okay. There's a lot of brands that have the money, and that is probably the biggest problem within the industry.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Is money always separates and keeps people.
Water shit down.
It's divisive, yes. So when you're looking for equity within a brand new business, which was part of my goal, in starting this brand, because no shade, I did not want to see any more white boys named, Ryan and his homies,
and Chad.
that are wearing fucking cargo shorts, which are the worst things ever.
Chad's not welcome on Good PizzZa, by the way. Chads are not welcome. Continue.
Don't come here. Ron, we don't want to hear it. No, they're stepping out of Maseratis and they have on, look, I like some Birkenstocks, but Birkenstocks, cargo shorts, and they're talking about how their grandma was like, well, here's some money that I had for your wedding, but they are the main ones that don't smoke unless they're, being the scavenger at the party, because they were always one that slid in, and David's like, what's that weed? You know what the fuck it is. Right, you know what it is. Right. But I just didn't want to see that. People of color, people that are from, income, restrictions, kind of background economic restraints, they're the ones that have been hit the most and disenfranchised the most. So this is what I strongly believe, the universe's way of going, hey, let's go ahead, this is some reparations. They're never going to give y'all checks. This is not the Chappelle show. We're not going to be lined up for checks and shit one day in cars. Right. The way that we're going to get it is by taking advantage of opportunities like new business industries and business sectors, and that's what cannabis is. So to me, stepping in and being a figure or a face, I'm used to being around white boys. Like I said, I grew up in Elm Grove. So I wanted to be able to change the game. But like you said, the thing that bothers me the most is that they have the money, they don't have the know-how. So they get with people, they, employ people that are the ones that are cultivators, are the ones that are going to truly find the cure for cancer. Not that we don't already have it, but, utilize the plant and its best benefits. And they don't give them the credit. Right. They put out a strain or they put out a brand and it doesn't say anything about that grower, that cultivator. And that's a huge problem. That shit's not fair.
You know what's crazy? You said that, Jamie, you can toss me back that bag, that turkey bag town bag. I just want to show you something on the sticker. So what me and my team are doing right now is we're doing, we got bags for our tree, but we're doing, you see it right here. if you scan the code, we're gonna big up the grower. So you scan the QR code, it goes to the grower's page. So if we gave the grower some of our cuts, some of our exclusive strains, and you grow it to, good pizza perfection, the good pizza standards. You know what I mean?
I like that.
We're gonna big you up. We're gonna put your strain on the bag, the genetics of the strain, and then your information, so people could go directly to the grower, and we could big up the grower. Cause like, come on, man,
snaps.
Like I grow
That's
for
the way it
fun.
should be.
I'm not the fucking AAA grower. You know what I mean?
I mean, you can help somebody that their entire lives they've been in and out of the prison system, and that's a whole nother episode. I just watched 60 Days In, like just completely just binged it. So I already knew about how fucked up the system was, but I'm definitely on another thing now because that shit's scary. But anyways, there's so many people that are in. You could be changing the life of somebody who's been in and trying to do something, but's been in the system since like 13 because they were trying to help their family and they broke up in eighth trying to sell it, or whatever.
Right.
And that person could, like I said, be the one that cultivates the cure for so many things and can really change the world.
I know some dope minority growers, man. Like, for real. That's coming up and coming or already here or just like, man.
And it's within us. It's within us from our, if we want to say ancestors, but it's something we've always done.
And it is a big fight. Because even we see them with the equity program.
Yeah.
Like the predatory lenders that are attacking these people because they don't have the capital. Still, it takes. They get some money off on the licensing, but they're still hundreds of thousands of dollars short
away from
their doors and operating. And people come and try to take 49% of their business of what they should be, and a regular business deal would be taking 15%.
Yeah, 10, 15. Yeah.
Or they're taking 51% and then you become an employee when you should be the employer.
And they do that for a year, but they want to keep the equity. They want to keep the equity fee reductions. So we're hoping to keep it that 51% is, so that they can get free fees. So
the equity program, especially here, in the City of Trees, it's not as conducive to what the goal is supposed to be at all.
Right. I've heard of people. I've heard of companies just paying a random minority, like not a random, but like if you know a minority, I could put you in on this license. I could just cut you a check for a couple bands a month. You could get me in on the equity deal, and
and so that's.
I wonder how long those checks last.
That's the other side of it. Yeah,
it's foul.
And now you have so many, companies, especially in the City of Trees here, that are on the verge of not being able to be in business anymore.
Yeah, for real.
Because,
especially after this year. This year is rough.
Man. Yeah, the taxes and whatnot. That there's just other states that are doing it that you would think in every other aspect they're behind Cali. You know what I'm saying? Like their mindset and everything. But they're killing us when it comes to
it just depends on how they set up the business and the taxes and everything is how successful everybody's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Here it's just the state's successful because they just killing us with taxes, man.
Newbies killing it.
But anyway, here's another one for you. This is a little out of left field. What's a weird skill you have?
Oh, damn, that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
That's a good one. I'm not usually stumped too much. That's a good one.
We can come back to it.
Let's see. No.
Hit me.
Let's see. Okay, I know a lot of trivia. A lot of random ass shit. Random ass shit.
Jeopardy Queen.
Yeah, my husband's
Jeopardy
always
Queen.
like,
That's tight.
it's the cross between 80s and 90s growing up.
Yo, crazy.
It's a lot of it.
We had the illest generation. If you were 80s baby or 70s, late 70s, like, yo, we saw the evolution of everything.
Everything.
I mean, Atari, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and fucking internet, fucking no cell phone. I had the phone that you fucking with the circle on it. You just, you know what I mean?
The rotary? Oh, for
rotary
real?
phone.
Oh my god.
And I knew how to catch the button and whip it back, so I caught the 8 before I hit the 9. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna tell you how crazy.
I was nice with it.
It's the first iPhone only came out 2 weeks before my 13-year-old was born. They're only 13 years old.
Yeah, they're born into this shit.
Smartphones, man. But I'm just saying, smartphones themselves only 13 years old, and it's like I say all the time. There's no way that I could go through a yellow book now to look for something. How the hell did we ever live without? I call her Auntie Google. I'd say her. I'll call it Auntie Google. But
I come from MapQuest directions. Man. And in Jersey, like the highways, you got to make decisions quick. So if you miss a turn, you like, or your only hope was the Habibi at the Exxon that Hopefully you spoke good English. That
Hopefully.
could tell you how to make the left, right, left, and go back, and then make the U-turn at the church to get you back on your mission.
We used to take road trips to
It's
Vegas.
fucked up, man.
I can't tell you how many
You know
we'd be
what I'm
like, get the printer, make sure the printer has ink so that we can print up because you have
feel
to print.
me?
So, oh my gosh.
New York asked 4 different people for directions. All of them look different. None of them spoke English.
Right.
Turn the left here at the fork. And then you go say, you see the Christmas tree that shouldn't be up still. Go right at that, but then don't go to, So I know.
So being that you're a random trivia girl, I think you were giving me a good answer for this question. What's a cool life hack you got for me? I'm always looking for a new life hack or a cool tool that I don't know about. You're a mom.
So,
you got life hacks.
Yes, and I'm gonna tell you, my 10-year-old is a TikTok lover, but only for life hacks. Like he doesn't do any of the challenges and all the bullshit.
Okay.
So he peeps me to some things, but he just recently told me that at the end of your pots, that is for your spoons or whatever you're cooking with. Like you're supposed to actually put that when you're cooking. So there's a hole at the end of the pots that you use. So there's a hole in there. So you're actually supposed to slide
the handle of the pan.
handle, exactly. So that little hole is for your spoon mainly.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Thank you for that. It'll be in the notes of the podcast,
I
ladies
was
and gentlemen.
this many years old when I learned though.
That was dope, yo.
Yeah,
See why I asked that question?
You never know.
So I got the question from I'm gonna plug a book real quick. Tim Ferriss, Tools of Tribe of Mentors. He interviewed like hundreds of the world's minds, and he asked them a series of questions. And it's a couple light questions, a couple deep questions, and it's kind of like the questions are asked in a certain form or order. Sorry, 2 o'clock meditation alarm.
Yes. Ooh, I love that.
So can't do it.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? So anyway, one of the things was. Tell me about a cool item you've bought in the last year for under $100, and like the life hack things that they bought was ill. So that's why I got that from you. Know what I'm saying?
like that.
Get that book. It's amazing. It asks you questions that you wish you would have asked you, and you get the answers from the biggest minds in the world. So it's ill. I got you.
Text me,
it's worth every penny of the $30 I think I spent for the audiobook. Fire.
And another thing, I'm resourceful as shit, so I was gonna say I'll probably be able to find that for a little bit cheaper when I do my,
Yeah, for sure.
It drives my husband crazy. He goes, just pay for it. I'm like, hold on, just.
You a mom with kids, you gotta be resourceful.
Give me a little bit.
Give
me a little bit. Even when I spend on myself, that's how I became an influencer for Shein because of my my resourcefulness. So
nice.
That's something to look into for your podcast as well as brands that you can become an affiliate with.
Yeah.
Sponsors. Sorry.
Yeah, we getting warmed
That's
up.
another
That's coming.
Little resource for you guys.
It's coming. Good pizza promos. You know what I mean? They're coming.
I do like your affirmation. Your meditations. I add affirmations to that though, but that's
word. I do one in the morning, and I try to get one in at 2. If not 2, I do it right before bed. You know
sorry. Podcast host question. What do you get from that, and how long have you been doing that?
So what do I get from it? So when meditation was explained to me and it was like really broken down to where I understood it, was like, look, your brain is always thinking, and your brain is like, think of all these windows open on a computer, right? You got 100 windows on a computer. Your computer's gonna slow down and or crash, right? So what meditation does, it helps you start closing out some of those windows so your operating system can operate better.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And feel comfortable with that.
And quiet the fucking noise.
Yes.
And shout out to my mentor. She taught me we don't do meditation to get good at meditation. We do meditation to get good at life. There's no such thing as a bad or good meditation, you know what I mean? So it took all the pressure off me.
Yeah.
She's like, you don't gotta twist up your fingers like a gangster. You don't gotta sit in no weird pose, you know what I'm saying? You just need to sit the fuck down, close your eyes, or don't close your eyes, and just be present and be quiet. Quiet your monkey mind. You know what I'm saying? And that does a lot for you.
We're all part of energy, and we're part of this universe. So we have to kind of reconnect. That's what I've learned is we have to reconnect with it, and
that's a fact.
And kind of play our part. So it's what I think of as have a conversation. So when I do that is I have a conversation. Mary Jane has a conversation with Mary Jane.
Do you do thinkitations where you like to think?
I do. I like to.
I do those sometimes.
Yeah, I really like to understand why I do what I do,
you get
as well as other people.
While you meditate?
When I journal,
I get a lot of answers.
I do, and I get that clarity when I journal. Because I talk so much and because there's always so much going on, I feel like I have to be able to look
monkey mind's
back.
gotta be ill. That little motherfucker gotta be like.
Even when I'm sleeping, I feel it going. But the meditation and the affirmations reminds me, hey, it's self-love, it's self-care. You do everything
Love
else.
that.
This is what you can do for yourself. So,
Hell yeah.
Once again, we live in the age of smartphones and there's apps, and that's how I really got into it, is by using apps that kept me accountable. I did until they started being like, here, now you got to pay. And I'm like,
Oh, you got Kaiser?
No.
Oh, they give it to you for free. I got the gym through Kaiser.
Kaiser.
Shout out to my wife, plug me on that one.
Me and Kaiser, I was a Kaiser fan. I still remember my medical record number to this day. But when I got diagnosed, this is what people always said, wait till you have something serious. And I'm like, who fucking says that to people?
Right,
I don't want anything serious in life. Like, okay.
Chill.
But when I was being diagnosed, they acted like the doctor came in and was like, what's your name? Okay, Tiffany. So you have multiple sclerosis.
Yeah.
Go home and read about it. Google it. And this was 2000.
You were another case study.
Six.
You know what I'm saying? That's not cool.
Yeah. At that time, whatever you Googled, the bad shit came up. It wasn't helpful.
Yeah.
So
Right?
Jesus. It was
Jesus.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. You can get holes, So
Damn.
shout out to them for the first 20 some odd years of my life, but then so
No doubt.
But
no doubt.
Anybody out there got Kaiser they want to put? No, I'm just kidding.
So check this out. If you could talk to your younger Tiffany self before you got in the game, what would you tell you?
You're not crazy.
Ha, love that. That's a good one.
You're not flaky, because I just, come to the, resolution like, I'm just a flaky person because of always needed some, everything to keep me going on. But because I wasn't doing what I meant to do. So it's going to be okay.
Nice.
You're not going to be Janet of the music world, but you'll kind of be Janet of the cannabis world.
Love that.
And there is somebody out there that knows you better than you know yourself, and you do have a soulmate.
That's good, man. That's good game. I like that. That's good pizza right there. Hell yeah. So, why don't we light these up, man? I feel like it's time, man. We're doing a little something new with the Good Pizza podcast. You know what I'm saying? Since it's called That's Good Pizza, we smoke good pizza on the podcast. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna do one a month. We're gonna kick this off with my brother Ted Liddy's Alien Labs Biscotti times Zeno. Not out in stores yet, ladies and gentlemen. You've seen it first on the Good Pizza podcast. You know what I'm talking about? Exclusive.
Look, and you guys are also getting a nice little tutorial on how to properly light a pre-roll.
Yeah, man, you gotta finesse this bitch.
Because we'd be like,
you could fuck the whole
well,
roll up. Man.
That first half is gone. It's ash. You just got ash.
Like a little quarter-inch away. Just you know what I mean. Let the flame kiss it.
I like you say, finesse it. Do a little foreplay. Make a little
there you
foreplay on it.
We got to kiss before we fuck.
Hey,
joint.
So I like
the joint.
I like when you said
we
that.
We both married.
I like yes.
We both happily married. Goddammit.
Very supportive.
Talking about the weed.
Very supportive. King and queen there.
So yeah, I'll put it to you like this: the Zeno, Ted's hitting everything. Or I should say, Alien Labs is hitting everything with Zeno. Zeno is Skittles times Cushman's, and they're hitting everything with Zeno in their whole fucking. It seems like their whole catalog, and it's fucking working. Mm-hmm. I have yet to find one of these bad boys that I did not enjoy. And Biscotti Zeno is one of the tops.
Alien Lab is fire, I will say. I stopped being in the industry. I was definitely one before that was like, I'm not paying those taxes for deliveries and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you're going to pay. You're going to pay to play with Alien Labs. For sure.
Now I'm noticing, going through the delivery services. Shout out to
Unless you get it from
Sack Confidential and good stuff. But yeah, that will be changing. There's a couple that I'm like, ooh, $60. Here's this. I didn't pay for this in college.
$80.
But that's what I'm saying. Like getting to that, I was like, ooh, can't do it. But this is a brand that I will.
Look, if you're going to do
that, I will.
These are your trusted brands. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to spend the $80,
that's a good topic for you too. That's a good future
topic.
That's what
you're going to do. You're going to do it with an Alien Labs type of company. You know what I'm saying?
You can tell by.
There's not many. There's probably 5 I could count. Yeah. That I would even do that with. I'm not going to big everybody up today, guys.
We should do that. Hey, we'll talk about that on.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, that's a good one though. I like that topic.
So since we're talking weed, let's jump into it, man. How do you like to consume or use cannabis? What's your twist?
I said this, if you remember, Jamie, I said this on the podcast 3 years ago, that drinks and edibles were going to become huge. And that drinks were probably going to take, kind of the forefront.
What you think?
Edibles, you know, I can do it, but I have to pretty much consume the entire bag or whatever it is to get the effect that I want.
You one of them.
Unless it's CBD or CBN or something like that, then I get that wellness. I'm sleep. It's real good. But anything else, don't tell me to like take a little bit off of a candy bar. For what? I mean the candy bar like it's a Hershey bar.
Yeah. Got it. You're not reading the label. Fuck a milligrams.
What?
Slam that.
No, especially in
to
California.
The facial. All right.
But I prefer. I
gangster.
prefer the relationship. Thanks to the hubby, when he got with me, he was like, "You don't know how to roll? Oh no, this is not what we do." He's from Richmond. He was like, "You gonna learn."
Oh, he's from Richmond. Big up Richmond. I got hella homies down there, man.
He's like, "You gonna learn today." So you know, I have. But
that's one of my OT spots.
Glad you did. My old lady still ain't in 22 years.
I thought I seen her roll you a blunt on Instagram one time.
That's the one, and it was like my birthday last year.
That's right.
I remember seeing this. I can't remember.
One blunt for me.
All right.
Oh, my shit was bad. I had to like put it on the table and like do it like that. It was like loose and shit.
I be talking shit too. You can't roll no blunts. She can roll a blunt. Maybe not a joint like me, but she can roll a fucking blunt.
I can't roll. All of a sudden, my hands start sweating and shit.
Damn shame I don't smoke blunts no more. I could have a fucking roller. God damn it.
So, where was your decision for that? Because I'm telling hubby, like, we used to buy the 60-pack of Swishers and go through them in a week. So,
matter of fact, let's talk about this for a second. We're going to talk about how long I've been smoking blunts from age 12 to 30. Started boxing late when I was in my 30s and I was getting murdered in the ring. So I was like, all right, the cigarettes got to go. Newports, see you later.
New PizzZas, I definitely used to smoke
and
those.
The blunts had to go, you know what I'm saying? And once I stopped the nicotine, it was easy. But let's talk about, I feel like everybody in every hood around America has a blunt evolution as far as what blunts did you use in your area. So for me, it was Phillies. In Jersey, it was Phillies. This is late 90s. It's like 96, 97. Phillies, Philly Titans. Backwoods crept in the hood through Philly. Philly was backwoods.
Okay.
Smoked backwoods for a little second. Then the original Dutch Masters came out. We smoked them for a couple years. Then you was kind of corny if you had a Philly. You was kind of a nerd. And you got jokes on. But if it was the only thing in the hood, you know, and then the Palmers came, the vanilla Dutch, and that was like the Jersey, New York staple. Vanilla, give me a Dutch, a vanilla one. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
So that was our progression.
Right,
and then it was like you go down south, Optimos and Vegas and shit. That was like my Florida homies. And I feel like backwoods, bro, I don't know where these blew up, but I feel like because we're so connected through the hip hop, I feel like the West Coast was on the back. Whenever that happened, I'm not going to speak for y'all.
Yeah.
But as soon as like all the homies on the East Coast seen everybody smoking woods, like all the rappers, man, fuck, dude, I go back home, everybody smokes woods.
Yeah, first of all, I'm not paying $10 for. I'm not doing that.
No way.
I'm not doing that. Yeah. So I started late. I told you about the very first time I smoked. I lit my nail on fire.
Let's
my
talk
girls
about
were like,
I don't remember this.
Give the pipe up. Like, get out of the rotation. So.
All right.
Yeah. So I was 17. Almost 18.
Okay.
And my friends were like, look, I know you found your parents' like shoebox top with weed on it back in the day, and you don't smoke. And I was like, because my dad's 6'7", knew everything. Okay,
Gotcha.
Whether it was true or not, he knew everything. So
yeah,
I was just like, I drank. Mad Dogs was my shit back in the day.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't smoke. And my friends were like, girl, you work. You know, you get good money. You get good grades. Da da da. Just go ahead and hit this with us. We were going to leave and getting our nails done. So we I said, all right, fine. So they, put the pipe together. We were in my friend's, I remember, in the back seat of her like 82 Toyota Corolla, bumping, you ain't gotta say too much from the, bumping that like on repeat. So bumping that.
You almost made me sing it. I just thought myself, you can't sing, fool.
So we driving in Old Elk Grove, and they were like, Gort, hit this. So they filled the pipe, and I was like, all right. I closed my eyes.
What'd they call you?
Back then, Tiff, Bubbles.
You said something else.
No, they were just like, bitch.
Okay, got it.
Oh, yeah, they were like, here.
All right, cool. I thought you had a nickname I didn't know about. Continue. Sorry.
Maybe somebody that watches this from back in the day would be like, she did. And
Right. Hell yeah.
But, yeah, so they filled up the pipe, and they handed it to me, and for some reason, I closed my eyes to light it.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, my friend was like, your nail's on fire. Your nail is on fire. And I'm looking at my thumbnail.
Your eyes, dude, what are you doing?
Right? So that's where they were like, give me that shit.
Okay, got you.
So I didn't smoke again until I met my son's father, who his family, his dad, greatest, old school fisherman from San Francisco, grew the best weed
shit,
ever.
damn, you got
And they used to live off of like Bradshaw when Bradshaw wasn't so developed as it is now, and taught me a lot about the plant actually and growing it, and got with him, and he said, I was there for dinner one night, and they were after the venison, which we'll never have again, but they served venison, and they were passing around the joint, and I was like, no, I'm good, because I didn't want to smoke in front of the parents, and he stopped the movie, and we had gone to Blockbuster. That's how long ago it was.
Oh, you fucking stopped
and
the
admitted
tape
to me, it was like, do you love my son? And I was like, yeah, I think so. And he was like, do you want to be a part of this family? And I was like, yeah. So before I could finish, he had rolled up, he could roll up joints so fast. He had rolled up one of a strain that he had grown.
Nice.
And all I remember is blowing out orange smoke and was high.
That was the first time you really got high.
Oh, yeah.
I could tell by the way you're telling the story. You don't never forget that shit.
And cried watching the video of "Don't Take the Girl," which is a country song from back in the day.
Oh, you crying on country songs?
Cried.
Oh, you was high.
Oh yeah.
You got all on your chest. Damn.
So
North Highlands went from Garcia Vega first.
Yeah, let me hear the North Highlands transition.
I smoked whatever.
Originally, and I'm an old head, so we started the original blunt.
You was original blunts, early '90s.
Garcia Vega went to the chocolate swisher.
That was big.
Whoa,
Philly.
big jump. Okay, I know you're talking about.
That was like the one that was a little tiny bit bigger than the cigarillo.
Yeah.
It was like almost a half beat between the Elegante and the cigarillo, and it was the darker one. We had them for a while, and then the Swisher prevailed.
Oh, the Swisher, man.
Dominated the market for
fucking love those, bro.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot of old heads that still buy Swish.
Still enjoy Swish from time to time, man.
Look.
They're still rolling them up. And
my husband does
the youngsters have went to the back.
The backwoods.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy.
I used to pay a dude. I used to buy my weed from him. He was hustling me. Now that I know, when I did start smoking blunts before I got with my husband, but couldn't roll them. I had like the little pipes that look like lipstick, and shit like that.
Yeah, little
cute stuff.
back
So he used to charge me for, I'd get like an eighth, and he would charge me $10 to roll up half of it.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Per one. So he hustled me so bad. But so then he was using Vegas, and so back then I used to smoke like this. 2 puffs and put that shit out. Yeah.
In that still ass
always hella hard.
Good, yeah, goddamn, you put that in the glass and still fucked up. Damn, bro.
But they were hard, so I'd hit it. Me and my girls hit it once or twice and put that shit out.
Skinny Garcia Vega.
Smoking leather, son.
Yeah,
bro. Get that little swing ping shit out of here, bro.
Your lungs hurt and shit. Yeah. Well, going to Davis, everybody in Davis, it was Swishers, but we had one smoke shop. Oh yeah. Oh man. That closed. That was really sad when that closed. But there was a smoke shop, which I think was like one of the first in the area, and he would sell us. He was like, "You guys come in so often, go ahead and get the box." So he would order a box of 60 for us. This was college. We would smoke that shit 5 days.
Oh yeah.
5 days. So I told hubby, we may kick it and act like we're young, but our lungs are not, and we've done some damage.
Right.
And so I'm like, we need to, change. But he likes the $5 blunts for $1 shit, like the Showtimes.
Can't beat that with a bat, baby. I mean,
but do you know how bad that is, though?
Bad.
That's so bad.
It's just glue and like little shitty pieces of tobacco.
I'm trying to go to like Palms. Yeah, I like King
dude,
Palms.
and it comes out in like a big sheet.
Yeah, he's already dead. I like the King Palms, the ones that you stuff. A little more costly, but they're like corn husker or something like that.
Banana peel.
Yes, yeah.
Too thick, man. Too thick for me.
They're good.
I can get away with a hemp blunt, the hemp blunt wraps. I hate blunt wraps, but I can get away with a hemp blunt wrap and get the effect. You know what I mean?
Blunt wrap, I feel like you always have to cut it in half and shit.
Them shits get my throat all scratchy quick.
But I do. I did actually at a friend's house. She had a roller and a whole bunch of raw papers. So the ones that you just stuff.
Yeah, the cones,
he was having a good old time. He was like, she already had shit ground up, and he was like, can I roll a few more? So he was kind of liking that, and he was like, those smoke better. You know?
They do. You just gotta put more weed in them, though. You gotta pack the fuck out of those shit.
I think the company that I worked for a little bit, because I like to know the industry. So I did, for a summer, I worked in a lab, which is basically a warehouse, doing pre-rolls and shit. So,
okay.
But that company was not good. And the weed they would get, it would literally be labeled boo boo. No joke, no joke. And so
they didn't even try to hide it.
Yeah. So yeah, it was shitty as fuck. Shitty. And,
that sounds awful.
Yeah. And if we dropped any or forgot a rip, you could put it in the bowl to be able to go and take smoke for lunch or a break.
Lucky
it got
you.
to the point that everybody was like, don't drop that shit. I don't want, don't drop that shit.
I don't want none of that shit, man.
So I think they kind of ruined it for him.
Let me ask you this. If you had a weed superpower, what would it be?
To enable anybody to have the ability to be creative or to tap into their creativity.
Oh, you did a selfless wish. I like that. You would let the genie go on the third wish, wouldn't you? God damn it.
Because it's karma.
You're a good person, man.
You build it up. It's
That's
a karma
what's up,
thing.
man. Let's talk about some weed etiquette. What's your smoking pet peeve? What do you hate? Like, you can't stand that shit. Like, yo, why the fuck you take the key out of my grinder, bro? Like, what are you doing? Like, that type shit.
Don't fucking make love to the blunt or whatever
man.
you're rolling.
Yo, we say that. We say
man,
that. Man,
I don't need you going.
Yeah.
Like,
man.
I don't want it. I don't need it.
Yeah, man.
You know, like,
Wet
hey,
blunts.
your girl, whoever, is very lucky, but I don't want that all over.
Right.
And then
That's
they
a
have to
good
burn
one.
it to be like, oh, I'm burning off the spit. And it's like, well,
kind of.
right, we're in COVID time,
I
so are
still
you really?
saw it.
Yeah.
You know?
Right? It's in
Still
here. It's
fucking
in here.
saw it, man.
Yeah.
I can't unsee that, bro.
Yeah. And then I always say, don't babysit, or it's
No
not a
babysitting.
mic. Yeah, just
I'll be
pass
like, yo,
it.
son, why you politicking
Right?
that blunt?
Right? Pass it, dude. Like,
Politicking.
if we go through it, we can roll up some more. Like, but yeah.
They gotta relight it like 3 times.
Oh my God.
Man.
Yeah.
Nigga, pass that.
Yeah,
I talk
come
a lot.
on, baby. Come
I
on.
talk
Mic
a
check.
lot, but
Hey, mic check.
Yeah.
Pass that. We hit it with the mic
know.
check, too.
oh my gosh. Or I'll be like, hey, how much you charging? And they go for what? And I go for fucking babysitting right now. Like, pass it.
Right.
Pass
Let me
it.
get mine, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, question for both of you.
What's up?
How long did you go during COVID without sharing blunts and joints?
A minute, bro. I was,
Super scared
a
for
minute.
Everyone's like, yo,
Months,
niggas
bro.
wasn't handshaking for a
Months.
while.
Yeah. I was the elbow guy.
Yeah.
The weird elbow guy.
If that.
Count bread with gloves on.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't tell you how many
Weird
cans
shit.
of Lysol, everything that came in the house. I was like, everybody take your clothes off at the
Months,
door.
yo. Months.
Like, so.
How about you?
It was
At least you had hubby, though.
Yeah. But we were because he teaches, so he was home in the bedroom
Right.
teaching, and then the boys were downstairs. But we camp at a resort that's local. So when it really kind of started there, like the summer started up there, we started sharing like around the fire pit. So I'd say it was probably it was the next summer. So,
Okay.
so almost
Gotcha.
So
Yeah,
What about you?
Yeah.
Like, it was for a while, like, we were...
Smoke to the face.
In here with all the wipes and
yeah.
the ointments to
yeah.
hands and
Yep.
shit all day with masks
Mask
on.
all
And
day.
he was like, no, roll
Yeah.
it on. Here's some weed, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll it.
It's good, bro.
yeah, especially the people that you were like,
Yo, how dry were your hands that year, man? My hands were
gosh.
fucked up, dude.
let me tell you.
God
I-
damn.
it
Soap
was
and alcohol.
just all
and,
day,
And
all day.
lotion. The lotion wasn't doing
Right,
it, man.
and I was making my own because you couldn't find shit.
Yeah, that shit
places.
smell like
so
tequila, right?
Man.
Why that shit, all that homemade shit smell like
straight
tequila
vodka.
to me, yo.
So ours was straight vodka.
Okay, there you go. Nah, we ain't use
It was vodka. There was one I watch a lot of
Yes.
YouTube shit, and so I was like, I'll try this one with the like aloe vera and the the
Yeah.
alcohol and whatnot. Then this one was like, no, use potato, vodka, and I was like, well, you know what? I know some Armenians that really, really love their potato vodka, so I'm gonna trust it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
cool.
it was crazy.
What's your favorite place to smoke?
Where?
Where? Whatever that means to you. Bathroom. It could be the bathroom, it could be the beach.
I mean, hubby and I are tropical, so anywhere our anniversary, or I'm sorry, our honeymoon, we went to Puerto Vallarta.
Nice.
I will never forget that we rolled a blunt because we don't go anywhere. I put shit in my bra. I don't
you
go
gotta do what you
anywhere
gotta
without my
do.
with my
Yeah.
flower. But we sat on the balcony. We had just checked in, and our blunt lasted an hour and a half. A regular blunt, but because of the humidity and the we sat on the balcony and we
about
just
that.
watched the storm come in. But it was like one of those good storms where warm. So
Crazy.
that was. Oh, we went to Jamaica. We went on a cruise at the
Smoking
end of
weed in
2019.
Jamaica, I feel like that's gotta be amazing.
Especially when your taxi driver gives you 3 fat. I mean,
Oh yeah. I can't wait to do Jamaica.
It was
I gotta
great.
do a podcast in Jamaica.
Oh, it was
while I'm
so.
there.
I had one
like
red stripe, and you know
I'm
me, I
gonna
like
visit
my
one of
beer.
them.
I had one red stripe. The beer, it's stronger there because that's where it's from.
believe it.
So the regular bottled red stripe that we get here, nothing like that. So I had one
In
bottle.
Jamaica, it's like
We hit that
real
joint, and I
team
was like,
this.
man, I let the boys go. I was like, I can see you. We was just laying on the beach.
Yeah, that's right.
See. So yeah. But bedroom
cool.
with my husband, anywhere with my best friend, my best smoking partner.
Nice.
Yeah.
Tell me, damn, I was gonna tell you, tell me about a nostalgic time when you first smoked weed, but you told me that you let your finger on fire, right?
I did.
And then you also told me about, and I was also gonna ask you, when's the first time you got high? Because it's the first time you told me that too.
Yeah,
Go.
I mean, I will never forget. Like I said, don't take the girl. If you
Next
guys know,
question.
Country, it's a good song.
Were your parents cool with it? Pops didn't. It don't sound like Pops was cool with it by how you explained the scenario.
So now they like, first of all, I'm hella grown. So what I do for my household and my money, I've never just, before now, I talk to them both very candidly about utilizing it because parents are older.
Mm-hmm.
They're in their 60s. And I'm like, hey, leave those high blood pressure medicines alone. And
yeah, come on in, baby. Golden years, let's go.
Run
it up.
My dad jumped right back into it. Like when he moved back from Atlanta,
done.
like right into it. Funny thing is, he won't ask me, who works in the industry and who makes stuff.
Right.
He'll give my brother money and have him go pay at the dispensary for like gummies. And I'm like, motherfucker, I live around the corner from you. I can make them.
Right.
But it's funny. So, I just think that they know now that you've raised me, you did what you could. I'm a good person.
Yeah,
I'm doing good things. So there's nothing that you can really say to me otherwise,
Sure.
about what it is that I do. But I'll be honest. Okay. So when my mom told me about a time when she was like, don't you remember when I was putting crank in my orange juice? And I was like, what?
What the?
One time. Yeah. So
She was serious?
she was serious. I remember she was doing my hair. I was getting ready to go see my husband, who's now my husband. Whoa. And I was like, wait, what? Like David Silver from 90210? Because that's the only relation I had, grew up in Elk Grove.
Whoa.
And she was like, yeah, that was like the thing. People were, just putting in their orange juice to lose weight. She's like, don't you remember when I lost all that weight? And I was like,
Talking about Scante?
yeah, I was like,
damn.
that, because she always says,
making sure we
my
talking about the same
obituary picture is that one picture. And it was when she had just lost weight, her hair was done. And I was like, please stop talking to me about obituary picture. But that's why I knew what she was talking about. And she's like, oh yeah, people were doing that. And I was like,
Yo,
whoa.
that's real shit though.
It's the same shit until.
Hey, everybody got a
like,
pass.
Chris-
You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a pass.
Hey.
And there was like a time in Jersey back in the day, like some of my older homies I used to hustle with, they were like, yo, like, you know how coke was like cool in the 70s? Like dope was like that too. Heroin was just like, you know what I'm saying? You do a little this, you do a little boy, you do a little girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck. Dog,
I didn't
really?
realize that so
Glad it
many
wasn't
black
cool when
people
I was
did coke.
growing up.
Yeah, it
That
wasn't
shit's
at all.
scary, man.
I mean,
Fuck,
when we
half
hear
my
that people
yearbook
are
got
crack,
smacked out from that.
we're like, who's doing crack in 2022? But it
Yeah,
is
that's where it's still going on.
I mean,
It's
according to
still
y'all
happening.
president, he's going to give out free crack pipes.
What's
So
the, that's, oh my God, where the fuck?
Notice how I said y'all
where do
president.
I live right now? Yo,
Man,
that's
like,
crazy.
really? So that's why we left? That's why we moved from there?
Speaking of crazy, tell me the craziest shit that ever happened to you while you smoking weed. Or while you was high or whatever. Give me a
Too high.
too high or were you freaked out,
It was
man?
great high. Probably when I passed out at the first Eminem concert that he had here in Sacramento. I passed out because I was trying to be
Sounds like
cute.
a good one.
Yeah, I was trying to be cute. So me and my friend were like, let's split a chicken sandwich from Carl's Jr. and that's all we're gonna eat all day. And it was like 100 in hell that day. And I was this
going
outfit. I
downhill
can't.
already.
I'm embarrassed. I'm gonna describe this, but it was a shit then. So I had on a pink cowboy hat. And I had
Let's
on
go.
a pink, it was supposed to be leather, but tube top and pants, and then jellies. Remember when jellies came back in
pants?
for a while?
Yeah.
I had all pink, right? Right.
Oh, fuck.
So we get to the concert, and
Half a chicken sandwich in the tank.
and that's it. But we
Keep
drank.
going.
We drank, and I had to,
course.
like, I just gotten paid, so
Drinking
I
in
had
the
a
heat.
good amount of weed. She didn't really smoke. She hit it once a day. I just
Right.
put it down.
Right.
Passed out, but well, for once I'll make a story short. Ended up in the triage area, which was where the dressing rooms were. I actually met Eminem.
Oh, word?
Yeah,
Because you was fucked up in the...
I just kind
whatever-
of flirted with the
whatever
paramedics,
happened.
and I was like, wait, because I saw Ice Cube walk by, and I go, wait, does that mean that this is like backstage? And he's like, yes, and So we flirted a bit, and he's like, all right. And he's putting stuff in his bag, not, acting like he's not talking to us. If you guys go out, stay against the wall. Go left, go here, go that. And then just when you get there, let him know, hey, I'm here, to see M and D12. Did exactly that, and he let me and my girl right in. He's like, you guys are girls. You guys are cute. Go in. And I just made sure to push up the... I was a lot thicker then, so pushed everything up where it needed to be. And... obsessed. I still love him to this day, but I used to wear a ring that my mom gave me, and I used to tell people I was married to Marshall. Yeah, when I met my husband,
he was the only one, yo.
So, but so I met him.
I was at that concert.
Were you there? I
Same
did.
Word.
So but he's only been here twice.
So what's his early 2000s, obviously? Early
yeah. So
Cugines?
this was. So I had my son already. So 2000. Yeah, he had already come out with the first album.
Nice.
So 2000.
Nice.
So he had Ignite, and which a lot of people don't know, that's his first album. Then he had Slim Shady. So it was the first tour before the Anger Management tour.
Okay.
Which was the next year where after meeting him, he went on stage. I had made it through the mosh pit. Don't know how I did that. Probably because of the weed. I had superpowers. And I got to the front, and he came out and started rapping. And my friend goes, "He's looking at you." And I said, "He is not." You got
that when they rap into the fan
and
shit?
I'm like, "You can't see. They just do that. You can't see. I've been on stage.
You
can't
didn't feel
see."
it in your soul?
So then he goes over to one side of the stage, and Proof comes over, says something to him off the mic, and points down in my direction. They come back down, and they're rapping to me, and I know every lyric of every song he's ever done.
And you got pink on and a pink fucking cowboy hat, homie.
So this was cuter. So this was 2 years later. So I'd actually untamed it down.
All right, here we go.
So this was Anger Management. So I was not really grungy, but kind of, it was Limp Bizkit and,
right.
So I had a mix, a little hip hop, rocky, we'll say.
Right.
Still had on glitter eyeshadow, early 2000s. So we'll say that.
Right.
Wouldn't wear it now, but he went through the whole show, and I finally was like, he sees me. He sees me. So the show's over. We're leaving, and I hear this big, just raucous behind us, and there's people cheering. And I look back, and it's Proof and some, security. And he's like, hey, you. And I turn around, I'm like, he's like, yeah, come here. He's like, M wants to know if you want to get on the bus. We're performing in San Francisco in the Bay tomorrow. We have a room at the Hotel W, if you want to come out. And my friend's like, we come together, we leave together. I was like, bitch, not tonight.
Why? That part, fuck out of here.
Yeah, and I had a Cougar, 88 Cougar. She was like, your car's so hard. I was like, pump the brakes, you'll be good. That's all you need to know.
Oh.
I'm on the bus. So, got on the bus.
I didn't see this coming, folks. I didn't see this coming.
Mary Jane Maven makes sweet love to Eminem.
I almost would have. Okay.
You heard it first.
I would have had a song about
first.
me. But we get there, everybody else has been pulled off the bus.
This is so good.
And all of a sudden I see a Lincoln Town car pull up. And then one of his assistants or whoever comes down with an envelope, and he goes, M's very sorry, but Kim's here. Kim had flown in to surprise him, and they got married again the second time 2 months later.
Oh, his ex-wife?
Yes.
Big mom?
Yeah.
Oh,
so she showed up, and I was like, Aunt? What? Aunt? Is there another room or bathroom or something? No.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
What's going on?
What we doing?
I never thought about it, but
Proof?
no.
Well, yeah, Proof was
somebody freaking bizarre. No, I'm just kidding.
Would you have taken one for the team?
My God, look.
Bizarre?
With what was in that envelope?
The D12 total.
I will preface it in this mindset at this age.
Right,
definitely.
and it's all good.
Hey, look.
Bizarre could have got it.
Yes.
Big up Bizarre. Peace to you, bro.
Yes.
Would you have taken a souvenir?
Probably would wear now that, and would be okay. But hubby would be like, hey, just send her back with the check, whatever it is, send her back. No.
Right.
Baseball was on that envelope, so he gave me a, very sorry, and gave me, it was $250.
Okay.
The town car was to bring me back, up here.
Oh,
and
the
there was a couple
pills.
Yeah, and there was a couple pills in there, purple
Say
pills, blue
word.
pills. Yeah, so if I had taken those pills,
pills or what?
yeah, Tam's back, yeah. This
What a guy.
like,
what a fucking guy.
Right?
Early 2000s was popping hella E-pills.
Did
you pop them on the way home?
Of course I did. It was 3:30, and by that time, 3:30 in the morning, I had to go back and tell my friend nothing happened and shit. And I was like,
fire.
man, and it was a blue. I remember.
Did
it
it
was
make
Superman? It was.
Did you want to make
the Supermans? What color?
I did.
Did you want to make up a story?
I did blue.
blue
They were the
Supermans.
light blue ones, and
Damn.
it's funny because a couple years later, I couldn't do those anymore. Like it would make me sick. Like
But keep it real, they were all different batches.
So, oh my gosh.
We use like, yo, where the F1s at? You know they were the same shit.
Man,
you know what
like
I'm saying?
the Incredible Hulks and the
G's up, hoes downs. Oh man, look at us. The Dolphins.
Man, oh look, I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Yes,
Blue Dolphins.
Man.
Yep, those were ill.
So many nights at so many raves off those Blue
Crazy.
Dolphins right there.
To bite my teeth for like a whole
So bad. Oh my
I
gosh.
couldn't eat steak for like 3 days. My shit was just sore, dog.
And you're like, when did this happen? I was taught, like, when did this happen?
No, because you walking around ice screwing everybody for 12 hours straight. Yeah, lightweight.
That's the part that made me stop after a
Yeah.
while because I was like, bro, I feel like I can't stop biting my teeth.
This is when we stopped.
My
We were
jaw
like,
hurts
when we
thinking
have
about
an
it. Fuck,
aftercare
dude.
that includes, we were like, take B12, take some B6,
Yeah,
so you don't
yeah,
crash. Do this. When we had to come up with like a vitamin pack, we were like, maybe we should, it was But I remember my first rave. I got a whole bunch of candy, which is, if people know, that's like your pacifiers and stuff like that. That's when I started smoking Newports. It was the very first time there because I was like, I don't feel shit. I was like, I don't feel shit. This shit is whack. I was at a rave and everybody else that I was with was feeling it. And I was like, this is stupid.
Yo, remember smoking weed when you was rolling though? Like the first time, like, yo, I taste every terpene from every strain that was ever
knew
crossed
nothing
into
about
this
that then,
plant.
but that
You know
is
what I'm saying?
exactly
Word, that's
what
what it was like.
Man, that's why Newports are so good though. That menthol?
Yo, let me ask you this: if you could
So
smoke
good.
with one person, who would it be? I'll let you pick one dead, one alive.
Let's see.
I feel like that's an important question.
Sorry, I keep getting text. I'm just blowing up.
I know my
here.
shit humming
I'm
too.
just blowing up. Just make sure it's not hubby. You answer the phone.
Yeah. Sure.
No, so.
Sure.
Oh God, that would be.
One person dead, one person alive. You get to smoke with, have a conversation.
Okay. Because I respect him so much as a musician, and I don't even know if he did, but maybe he should have, and he would still be here, would be Prince. Love to just sit.
Right.
And then just have him just reenact Purple Rain for me. Just every scene. Sing every song. I'm crazy on that soundtrack right now. I don't
Hey, I said you can smoke with him. I say you can make him do all kinds of shit.
Hey,
But
the weed will make him do that.
you're right.
So
He probably would.
he'll feel a little bit more inclined to.
That's a good one. Interesting choice.
Alive.
I almost got to because I was nominated for Orange County Cannabis Awards, and Snoop and
Snoop's
Travis
a good
Barker,
one.
they were
Snoop's
there.
He
They were
smoked with
DJing.
Snoop twice.
I remember you telling me.
Legendary.
Yes, my husband was like, "You did what? When? Huh?" Yeah. So probably I want to see or Devin the Dude. Or Devin the Dude.
All right.
Yeah. I want to see who I could smoke under the
That's
table
a good
or hang with. Yeah. So.
Devin is early cannabis.
Yeah.
After Cypress Hill, but before everybody else.
Yeah.
Like
Smoke
Devin
for
was
me.
there when it
Yes.
was really underground.
Hell yeah.
Love Devin.
He was kind of the currency of today.
Okay.
Like that.
Yeah. I see that
That's
vibe.
good.
Yeah.
Big lifestyle, big weed.
Yeah.
I like his vibe. He got the slick voice.
Mm-hmm.
There was
Yep,
a lot of
yep.
parallel. He worked on the underground, but everybody knew.
Yeah. That
Everybody
is
know
an
him.
interesting
Like,
parallel.
they were,
Yeah. No, I can see the correlation. And I don't even know either one of their whole catalogs. I know what you're talking about.
Oh, the first
Yeah.
one, what we husband and I say all the time now. When people are like, "I don't smoke," I'm like, "Well, just smoke for me." So good.
Right.
Thank you. So first album.
Give me
it's real good.
your top three strains. One new, one old, and one like deserted beach. Like you on the island and this is all I can smoke.
That immediately, I don't headband, but like
Headband,
that headband,
nice
707 like
choice.
that. But the one where you used to feel like you would have a headband on, like you'd be like, "Wait, oh, I don't," because you would get that high. That one,
That was a good one.
Good.
I remember that.
We would only be able to get it from like San Francisco when we were in Davis. Like, and that was a good. How much money you got? How much you got? Because it was.
I don't
it was a
remember
good
what year that
investment.
was, yo.
So that was
whenever that Lil Wayne mixtape dropped when he's like smoking on that Paul Pierce, called that shit that headband. You know what I'm saying? It was that
that's good.
summer.
Yeah.
It was that summer. It's ill how
It could
I
be.
relate my
That could
timelines
be.
to music.
That
and
could
shit.
be. So we totally do the same thing. Music and Mary Jane. That's
It helps me remember shit.
yeah. My next
Goddamn.
merch line that's coming out actually.
Nice.
Music and Mary Jane. We'll talk about that. But
So there's your all time. Give me a new, give me an old.
let's see. I mean, you can't go wrong with like chocolate Thai from back in the day. Like,
Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, come on. I was
For
with
East
every
Coaster,
song
that
and
was
shit.
one of the 3 weeds we ever had.
And that's like what brought us together, I think, finally. Was
Chocolate,
like, y'all
yeah,
only
chalk.
get this, we got this in abundance.
We appreciated it, man. Because it was nothing but dirt.
Yeah,
Dirt
yeah.
McGirt.
New or that's old.
That's kind of hard as hell as shit out, but what just
It's so much shit.
first thing that comes to your mind? What you smoking on now? Like what you enjoying these days?
I really like, I will say, kind of because I'm really focusing on brands that are people of color.
Don't feel bad.
So
I don't care if it's gelato. It's herbs are subjective.
no,
Whatever you
I think
smoke.
it's probably like, I'm really thinking like ice cream.
Ice cream cake.
Yeah, like any
Really?
just any kind of.
A lot of people would disagree.
I do.
Right now,
I've had some. Well, I've had
must
some
be
from
getting some
people
good
that were.
cake.
I was gonna say that kind of started, working
right,
with
right.
with the. I've met some,
Okay.
met some cool people going to expos
Okay.
and stuff.
Didn't see
If I
that
say
coming.
brand, if I know, took you for a loop there.
Word.
I know for hubby, it's like anything OG for him.
Okay, he's still a gas guy.
Anything, yeah.
Okay.
Bruh,
Salute to him.
Kush,
Hindu Kush.
my all time. I used to
Yeah,
drive
Jamie, let's see what about you, Jamie.
96, I used to drive 95 maybe. I used to drive to Humboldt once a week to buy 2 pounds.
Damn.
Legend.
$4,600 a
Damn.
pound.
Fuck yeah.
Hindu Kush, and I still smell it every now and then.
Yeah.
Usually it doesn't have the same name.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see
yeah.
it, Someone
Yeah,
calls
yeah,
it
yeah.
something else.
Yep.
And I'll be like, no, it's not. I know what this is.
Yeah, yeah.
And
You
I
can't
buy
tell
it,
you.
But I buy it.
That's what
Exactly.
they do now,
Smell
though.
it, I buy it.
That's great. That's great. Hell yeah.
Do you guys know, like, so I like the, like, Fruity Pebbles, the Pebbles that are out now. Do you know kind of more?
Fruity Pebbles OG?
Some of them is just Fruity Pebbles OG, some of it's just Fruity Pebbles,
Yeah.
like it's more of a hybrid. So do you know what
Alien
that one
Labs
is?
has a Fruity Pebbles OG times fucking Gelato 41, I believe. And it's called Crypto Chronic, and it's real good. And it's got that Fruity Pebbles vibe.
I think they have that at Connected.
Yeah, they do.
Connected,
They
so
definitely do.
that's- okay.
They for sure do.
All right, so I've been trying to decide
Yeah,
which ones
you should tap into that one
Yeah,
for sure.
because some of the delivery services, they'll have a good deal on. I'm like, what? How much is for what? So.
I used to love also all of the tastes of the strains that don't get you high. Like
Yeah.
Good Purple Punch, I love
Oh.
the
Yeah,
taste.
man.
I love the
Yep.
taste, but it didn't pack
Didn't
the
get you
punch.
high, yeah.
That's funny
but
to say
I
that.
used to be
I
like
know exactly
cross,
what you
so I
mean.
used to love when I could find a cross of that.
Right.
Like someone cross it with Gushers or something.
Yep.
Really does
Yeah.
have
Yep.
some hit.
Exactly.
And hopefully you get the taste of the
Yep.
Purple Punch or something with
Yep.
the effect of the other
Yep.
thing. Like that's what you had to kind of go to.
That's very true. I just had purple panties.
Pink panties? Or
No,
purple
it's
panties?
yes,
Purple
purple
panties.
panties.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Little Canna Trust, a little cheaper,
Right.
brand. And I was the taste, everything. It was. I got the wellness and the elevation from that,
Nice.
but the percentage and like actually, I was like, we smoked that the fastest I think we've ever smoked. Ever. My husband was like, that night I went to a dispensary and worked at one in Stockton and brought that shit home, and he was like, what time does shit close? Because we've already smoked that. And I was like, are you fucking serious? Like, rolled up hella time. So
And that's a bad combination to like the taste, but it don't get you high.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep smoking
Yep,
it.
yep.
You'll
Oh,
smoke the
yeah.
whole
Uh-huh.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And yeah.
Facts.
I hate that. I hate when you just get some shit and it's like, damn, that's gone already.
So this is a good question. What if there was a strain that described you? What would it be?
Oh my gosh.
Speaking of strains,
Ooh, that's a good one.
and why?
I mean, so if I have to say just between, because that's hard to like just narrow one down. Anything that is just allows you
You
to
could
be.
make it a hybrid. You could cross your own strains.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I would love to actually work with somebody on that. Like when you create your own perfume, on kind
It's
of that.
like, well, how do you break it down? Am I fruity? Am I gassy?
I was gonna say I'm more.
Yeah.
Piney? And what
Yeah.
do those mean?
I am definitely more. I would say more of a umami kind of profile.
Okay.
You're gonna get
Like a
that little
gelato
sweet.
chirps. The
Yeah, you're gonna
gelato
get that
chirps.
sweet. You're gonna get that that kind of heartiness behind it as well.
A lot of girls like gelato. I get it.
Yeah. But it would
good
definitely
flavor.
be more sativa leaning.
Okay.
Because I have a lot of energy.
I'm about to say, you remind me of
talk a
Sour Diaz with some shit. Like,
Talk a lot.
she be smoking sour on the block.
I do like the sound too.
Yeah, man. Shout out
Anything
to
that just
Sour.
allows you to, like I said, really tap into your creativity and what your passion is. That would describe me too. So Yeah.
I fucks with it.
I like that. Yeah, these are some fucking good questions.
Thank you.
I'm so used to asking them myself that it
Thank you. I
works.
appreciate it, man.
Good.
This has
That's
been
some good
compiled over some months. I'll just be thinking of cool shit to ask people that I want to know about them. So tell me about some actual good pizza I can find. Like when we're talking about pizza that you can eat, like with cheese and dough and sauce. And all
back
that.
to my hometown.
Elk Grove. Is there
Pizza
hope in
Bell.
Elk Grove?
Yeah.
This is the second time this week I've heard this.
Pizza Bell.
Okay.
Like so.
Say no more. So heard it twice in a week.
So fucking good. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
Do they got like thin crust New York style? Or is it like
Can I get a slice or I got a whole fucking pie?
Whole
fucking pie? You're gonna break my balls with the whole pie?
Yeah.
Then they can get the slam.
You can.
It's already-
Yeah.
It's
You know,
already
and you
sounding
get. They have
sus.
the specific ones. I'm not gonna say every single one, but specific ones, and you can ask them how to cut it. You can tell them how to cut it. So if you want the larger pieces,
I don't know, man. This is you already got me.
it's really good. It's really good.
But I
then
gotta tell them how to cut it though.
if
know
you
what I'm
want
saying?
that, I mean, it's
I feel
we're in
like this should all
California.
just happen,
We're in California.
and I fucking give you your money, and I walk out with a smile on my face.
Yeah,
You
but
know
they're
what I
not
mean?
gonna
Like,
know
that's
if you
what I'm
want
used to.
the big
That's what I'm used
floppy
to.
New York pieces. True. I think what is it called? Uncle Vito's.
Uncle Vito's, I fuck with Uncle
That
Vito's.
one, yeah, they started in Davis. So I had it the very first time after
They
picnic
closed
day
in
one
Sac.
time.
There's only in Davis. No, I'm sure that's Zia's. My bad. That's
Okay.
false information.
Did they do that one?
There's one still rocking in Sac, downtown, and then one in Davis.
Oh, yeah,
There was
the one.
two downtown.
Yeah,
There's only one now.
you know, it was picnic day. I was
Yeah.
very, very intoxicated, but that pizza was slapping that day. So
Yo, let me. Speaking of slapping, if your brand was a band, what would it be? Mine, for example, is like Wu-Tang, Frank Sinatra, and Metallica. If you were to describe my shit,
I like that.
You know what I mean?
I like that. So
And anybody that knows me would be like, yeah, that's about right.
Metallica's my shit. I love Metallica. Enter Sandman. Best
Shout out Metallica.
let's see, yeah.
Just saw them
Yeah,
live.
my 10-year-old. Did you?
Twice last year. Twice.
so jealous.
Miraculously.
Oh my
I don't know how the universe blessed me.
My 13-year-old loves them, and I was gonna take him to the
Ill.
concert, and then COVID happened. So
Super ill.
But Foo Fighters. Did you?
Yes, you did.
9 and 11-year-old. Shout out to them.
Hell yeah.
Damn, they are. Yeah.
How was that?
They loved it. There was just a lot of dick in it.
Of
Love
course.
it, love
It's Jackass.
Oh gosh, yeah. My 13-year-old is definitely on that. He goes to school in Oak Park, so he kind of walks the line of he's old soul. He's a very good kid, but some of his peers are starting to kind of influence, some things. So he says some shit, yeah, and I'm like, nah, boy, you cannot watch that. Who, you know what your parents are? But Foo Fighters,
Right. Okay.
NSYNC,
Whoa.
you put them together.
I like that. You're all over the place like
yeah,
me.
yeah,
Is that your final answer?
yeah. I think that's a good
Foo Fighters and
combination.
NSYNC.
Yeah.
Fuck, I like that.
And that's like the most
I
random
can tell
shit
what
ever.
era
but-
you from. That's fucking great.
I love them. Look, Foo Fighters is my shit. I'm trying to bribe my husband in all ways possible. Always, all of my feminine wiles I'm trying to use to get him to take me to their last show that they're having in L.A. in August.
I
Because
wish I could have seen a Nirvana concert,
oh
man.
man,
R.P. Kurt Cobain, man. That was
love
just-
them.
Foo Fighters with Rhonda Jules,
Did you?
Oh, wow, that's ill.
San Francisco,
See,
fire.
they were just
Fire.
here.
years ago.
The
Right before COVID.
And see, the tour they're on now, they opened here, and I didn't know it until I was like going to YouTube, and I was like, "What is this video about?" And it started on my favorite song by them, which is Everlong.
Let me ask y'all a question real quick. Do you think, and I'm going to make one just so y'all know, but do you think there should be a plug day, like Valentine's Day, Customer Appreciation Day? There's no plug day. Like our customers should bring us gifts and fucking weed
Hey.
and just dope things on fucking plug day.
I believe-
If it wasn't for the plug,
like
where
that.
the fuck would you be?
Right? You know what I'm saying? Whether you got to meet them at the 7-Eleven
right or my
parking
left?
lot, or
Plug
I
day.
like that.
I'm thinking about doing, what's steak and blowjob day? That's steak and blowjob
yeah.
day is March 14th, right?
It's coming up because I know my husband really likes to celebrate it a lot. It's right before my birthday, so yeah.
It should be the 14th after steak and blowjob day, which is it'd be April 14th, right before 420.
That one's good.
Lace us
Or-
up before 420 so we got something to
Or
smoke
we could
on.
have
We gonna
another
think
day in the
about you.
summer. We could have
Probably
another day in the
smoking.
summer, though. Can you imagine
Should it
like
be a
sitting?
summer day? It should be a summer day.
And
Yeah, we
like
should bump it up.
All,
Or
we
move
all
it
wear
back.
white. like white party kind of thing.
Nah, you know what? Fuck it. It's on
And
my
they come and
birthday,
they
June
just sit.
16th, man.
Hey,
Me and Tupac share a birthday. I'm sure Pac was a plug at one time. June 16th, National Plug Day.
The 13th, Gemini Gang.
Oh,
Gemini Gang, let's go. Let's
damn,
go.
you guys are Gemini. You are. Yeah, I
June
like
16th,
that.
National Plug Day. So
like
at this
that.
point, we're going to shout out our favorite plug. Or just one of them. What's one of your favorite plugs? You can use your street name, keep it Scooby-Doo, you feel me?
And it's funny because I was going to actually wear a brand today.
Okay.
Local
talk
farmers
about it.
market, I'll say. They're definitely, they were the plug.
Okay.
We'll
Is that what they're
say
called?
Chapo. We'll just say
Chapo. Shout out to Chapo. Shout out to you, dog. Salute.
Yes.
Salute
So-
to you, bro. I hope life is good for you,
Whole
bro.
brand.
Hope things
No,
are
'cause
still
I just
good for you,
heard.
man.
I just heard there's
Shout
just
out
not
to
going
Josh
anymore.
and Jamie over at Pod Kings.
Oh, my dogs, man. Shout out to Josh and Jamie and Pod Kings.
We were
Hell
close
yeah.
for each other at 15 years old.
Hell yeah.
And like now they have billboards insane.
Yes, they do.
That we've dropped shit off at. So now
Don't get no
they
more
went
gangster than that,
from,
man.
like, you know,
It's a
they
beautiful
went
thing.
from the
That's
real
good
street
pizza.
business into the legal business.
And it can be
that's
done.
Shout out to Josh and Jamie from
Yeah.
Pod Kings. That's my dogs.
Because they both of them went and served time for the illegal side.
Yup.
And were able to
Stand up
parlay
guys.
into the street side and make successful businesses. So
I love that story.
Sacramento Best
Pod Kings. Salute
Yes.
to you. And hey, and
They
just
are
a
one of
little
the good
sneak,
services
sneak
too,
preview
delivers.
for y'all. I already got the okay. Josh is coming on the show. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna hear from him. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Home team shit. You
Oh,
feel
and
me?
I'm connected with a couple people too, a couple other
That's dope.
delivery services
So
and
Chapo.
businesses out here.
So Chapo.
They they
Shout
were
out
like I
Chapo.
said, they provided the
That's what's up.
farmers markets. I'm saying not this. I don't like to call them sessions, but the farmers markets. I recently heard that maybe somebody got caught up, so I'm not sure if they're still going. But let me tell you, my microphone. Let me tell you, during pandemic, we were going to a campo, which is a little outside of like Galt, twice a week to recomp, and that was like one of the best things about the pandemic. The roads were empty, but going there because they had the best
that was
fucking
nice.
tacos that the mom made.
That was nice.
So we go and get our medicine, get some good ass tacos, and take our asses home and not have to deal with anybody.
Shout out to Bubba Bowler when we was like 14 and 13. He was the plug in our neighborhood. He had the only real knock spot that you could pull up.
Damn.
You didn't have to page or text
Yep.
or call. You could just go over there and
Oh,
get
it's
you
the
a
best.
bag.
It's the best.
Salute to that man.
That reminds me of
that's
The Wire.
beautiful. That's very cool.
I just watched The
Go at
Wire.
midnight and shit. Like,
That's fire.
Damn.
That's fire.
Yeah, you have some history here.
Oh yeah,
as far as
Jamie will take you
places-
back.
Let's say.
Jamie will take you back.
See, I said we were kind of the plug in college, so and then after that it was just like I said here and there. But yeah, I like that you shouted out.
Salute the plug, man. June 16th, National Plug Day.
Hey, yeah, for anybody.
Sorry, man.
involved,
Nobody said it. So,
Right? I love it. No, I'm going.
so I'm
I'm
just gonna throw it on my
piggybacking.
birthday.
If there's a yes day where parents are supposed to say yes, which is the dumbest shit ever, but if
Right.
everything, no, there definitely needs to be a plug day. So
Right.
I
you
second
feel
that.
me? All right, cool. So
Yes.
it's official. So
Yes.
check this out. This is the segment of the podcast. It's called This Fucking Guy.
Oh.
So this fucking guy. So it's like once you see somebody do some crazy shit, be like, this fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? So tell me about something crazy that's happened. Maybe some current events, something that's recently happened, and you was like, damn.
I like that. I like that.
Anything random, whatever.
I like that. So I am so sick of this whole narrative of manosphere, the red pill, the blue pill, how to be a real man of quality, and the
Talk about
antithesis
it.
of that for
I like where this
women
is going.
on what do I bring to the table? I'm not answering that. What kind of bullshit is that? How is a man supposed to know, vice versa,
Yeah.
whether we mesh if you don't fucking tell me what you bring to the table? And it's specifically those words that are triggering, individuals. So the whole thing to me is like, what the fuck is wrong with relationships between men and women right now? And I'm so happy that my son has somebody committed and everything already, because if he had to bring any of these fucking girls home that say the stupid ass shit that these say, yeah,
Okay.
it would be problems. I'd be that mom. You said what?
I don't cook.
That. Or not even want to tell you
That's
that.
a one-way ticket for
proud
a
of it.
not
Right,
a long.
but-
Hey, you didn't learn.
but
My
want
wife
you to
couldn't
have
cook
this
when she
amount of
met me,
money.
She learned. She's the
Please.
greatest fucking cook
Oh my
I know,
gosh.
damn near.
I had to have dinner done when I was like 12, 13 years old. And if I
Yeah,
put rice,
right.
I remember in the microwave, my dad was hot. So let's say he wanted some rice-a-roni.
Yeah.
that shit had to be cooked on the stove. But I'm like, so much quicker in the microwave.
What you doing in the mic?
Man, you keep
What's wrong in the microwave?
Yeah, he was hot. So what I'm saying, if you get mad now because a man asks, so what do you bring to the table? You know, or if you turn around as a female and say,
you don't like that.
Well, you're not high quality, you're not high value, you don't have X amount of money. Girl, you work at the Verizon call center. How are you mad at him? Right. Because, you know, like, you become who you are together. That's one of the beautiful things about being in a relationship is that
grow together.
Yes, you know, important. You see what the other person doesn't see in themselves.
Yeah.
And people can say that somebody doesn't make you whole. They do when you meet the right person and, you know, your soulmate. So
that's right.
Don't be so down on where they are at 20 because there's a lot of us that didn't have shit and had you know, got into relationships and had babies and all that, you know, and doing what you're supposed to be doing now, you know. So, you know, that's the fuck is going on.
Yo,
you know,
I ain't gonna lie, this Alien Labs biscottis, you know, got me high as shit.
Good, it's good.
Hey, pass the half joint test, put it out. Had to take pause.
Normally I don't put them out like this.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so very good.
It's good. Let's talk about it. Terps are fire. It's gassy, but it's got this sweet Skittles on the back end,
and it's very
different. It's just different terps. It's got different
It's
terps.
like a good glass of wine that you appreciate later. Like you
Scotty
have
Zeno.
Yes.
It's a good glass of wine.
Yeah, it is, you know.
It's good fucking pizza, I know that. I know that.
I like
that
very
much.
Good. And it's good to, you know, to sit down and conversate over some good pizza. I'm really liking that. I can't wait to have one. I'm really liking that.
Thank you.
It's unique. It's
Thank
very
you.
good.
I appreciate that, man. So as we wrap up, like I like to talk about networking and like organic relationships and like just let's tell the people how we met, you know, how we meet, what we have to do to build a relationship, and most importantly, who do you know that I should know? So we'll start with how we met.
So
networking event.
Yes, a networking event.
You came in late.
I was late.
But you had green hair, so it was cool.
Yeah. Did I have green back then? It was. That was one of the emerald. Yeah.
Oh, it was something. Your hair was not.
Because last time you told
color.
me it was electric green, and actually I got it because it
maybe
glowed
blonde.
in the dark.
I don't know, maybe blonde.
I don't have to look at the picture, but I think you're right. I think I just went emerald green.
Met at the networking event.
Yes. So another friend of ours who I met through my networking events. Who ended up being mutual, you know, business friend.
Shout out to Dave. Dave Santiago, my dog.
He's a great guy. So he started having, you know, networking events, and I said I would come through. My husband's a basketball coach and a teacher, and I was on his time, you know, so ended up late, but said that I would show up. Went in, immediately was put on the spot to introduce myself because I was late and everybody had already done that. And people were just on me. Like as soon as it was like break up and, you know, and talk and mingle, people were just on me. Like no joke, I had a line. Like if you remember that one dude that we were talking and he just came up and interrupted and started talking and we were like,
do that, man. They just want to talk. They just like to hear themselves talk.
Yeah.
Fuck.
He's still like he finds me on everything, social media,
this
everything.
Guy.
Yeah,
that's exactly.
Yeah, I love that. Exactly, because that's how he looked at him too. But you know, he was being professional. You were just you were developing, moving here, and he is a stalker. That. He found me on LinkedIn. I was like, how did you find me? Like
creeping ass.
Oh my gosh. So we met there. I told him, you know, I was the only one there who was very out about me being in cannabis and what what I was there for, and. We started, you know, networking through there. You had a business that you were doing, invited me to several times because it was always time constraint to meet, to come to your meetings, but, you know, connected. And I saw that we had a lot in common as far as our hustle and doing different things. And then I finally listened to my husband. If it wasn't for him actually contacting Jamie and being like, hey, let's start her podcast. Who knows if I would have even started it.
And then I was on your podcast. And then you were on, That's so dope. That's so dope.
You know, we met a couple times and had lunch and shit like that. And
we always had a dope conversation.
Yeah.
Always looking to collaborate on something. Always looking to connect the dots. Who do you know that I know? Who do I know? How can I help you? You know what I mean? Which leads me into the next part. How can we help your mission? Who do you need to know? Who do you need in your network right now that I can reach into my network and bring to you? You know what I'm saying? So
as far as my brand,
fix one of your problems.
Yeah, as far as my brand right now, I have goals for myself. I used to want everything at once. Now I just kind of set goals by the quarters. So for this part of the year, I wanted to book myself in all featured speaking. I got into expert speaking and speaking at the Women in Cannabis Expo was my first event that I spoke at. It was in Reno in September, and it's just kind of fell into place from that. A couple of expos like the Bud Tender Awards. Like I said, I was just nominated for the Cannabis Award for Best Educator through the Orange County Cannabis Music Awards.
Oh, that's dope. Good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Hell yeah.
I didn't win, which I was okay with, which I will always say it was some growth because I'm an Aries. I always wanted to win. And I was actually okay with just being nominated and the exposure that it got me.
One of the people. Shout out to Betty Crocker.
Yeah. She took like 6 categories.
Yeah, she did win a couple.
I will say this.
I was surprised though.
It was mostly between 2 women, 2 black women. They won 10 or 12 awards.
Nice. Hell yeah.
Like, that's fantastic, right? So, just kind of growing my collaboration opportunities to be an expert speaker or to be on someone's podcast as well. And then what you probably could help with is merch. So I am hard-headed. I've been coming out with a lipstick line that's infused with cannabis and everything else natural called Lit Lips for like a year. My problem is that I get samples from different places and then I'm like, I didn't like their delivery time. And my husband's like, okay, another reason. All right, another one. Right. But I'll know when it happens. So I don't know if I should make my own or work with somebody.
I can plug you with some dope people locally too.
And that's what I want. I want someone local.
They do great work.
I would love if it's people
all
of
different
color.
Kinds of quality.
But I will say this, okay? Look, black people, love you. Okay? Hope you love me too. But sometimes doing some business with some of y'all cannot happen. So it's rough. I've given so many opportunities and it's like, here's the money, here's the exposure, and then you just don't want it. So I would love for it to be.
And it's true, very, very true, coming from another black.
Right.
Hey, I'm Paul. That's between y'all. You know what I mean?
No, real talk though.
But I'll plug you with some.
There's a lot of white dudes that are flakes too.
Yeah. There's everywhere.
There's flakes everywhere.
Talking turkey, and especially in our industry, there are a lot.
Oh yeah.
A lot.
Nowadays, you're a gem.
Yeah.
In
anything.
Yeah.
Facts.
Get you real far, man.
Facts.
And not saying what you can't do.
Yeah, that's business.
Like an actual plus now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're an asset.
You're
an asset.
Because there's not too many solid people.
Yeah, man. So the only reason that I put that distinction on it is because that would be my preference as far as my brand is, helping people of color get into the industry without having to touch the plant. So if it's somebody that has, a printing service or, whatever it may be, let's go ahead and get you over here and get you, because there's a whole lot of money in this industry. So that's why, I made that distinction.
I got some folks in mind, for sure.
Okay, cool.
For sure. Yeah. So where can people find you, Tiffany?
Social media is where I live.
We'll drop the handles at the bottom.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? The bottom of the screen and all that. For the people, tell them.
Instagram is like my fourth child.
Okay.
I am on it constantly.
That's a good one.
Now much more of Twitter, but Twitter has become it's been very prosperous for me as far as making connections within the podcast world and finding other people to collaborate with and, in other podcasts and getting the exposure. So, but mainly you can find me on Instagram at the Mary Jane Maven, TheMarijayne. That's MarijayNe. Maven, Maven. And it's fun. I wanted to be able to say this since Google's become a thing. Just Google me. You punch that in, you'll find it everywhere. So
Google
I have,
like
I
my
have
pops
web pages.
used to say, Google it.
I try to do everything very, budget wise. So created my own website, web page.
Beautiful.
I don't know if you have one like through Pod Page, but there is a podcasting service for everything now because it's so huge. And there's actually a service. So shout out to Pod Page where it automatically takes all of your content and loads it right up. All you do is share your RSS feed and it creates a web page for you right away. You don't do anything. And it allows you to take sponsorships and do memberships, kind of like a Patreon or something like that. So for some work that, or information that you want to save and maybe not put out there, you can allow your your viewers to get onto your membership site. So
Love
that's
it.
a good one. Yeah.
Love that. Well, shit, Tiffany, it was good chopping it up with you.
Yes, you too.
That was some good pizza up top. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Well,
I could talk to you forever.
Forever. Well, all right, my Cugines, thank you for tuning in. I hope y'all got some good game from us. We covered a lot of dope shit. Until next time, enjoy some good pizza with a friend, and peace, love, and good pizza. We'll catch you later.